But our neighbors out in Rockville, they're no strangers to flash flooding. We will remember about 3 weeks ago, I was there that morning when that water came rushing into the Rock Creek Woods apartments. I went back out there today. Those apartments are now boarded up and no one is living in those two buildings where we saw all of that water rise to the ceiling of the terrace level apartments. I also went to the hotel where a number of those neighbors are still living and had a chance to speak with them of what it's been like the last 3 weeks.
Even my mom says when it's raining out, she's scared, because it brings back the memories of, what happened on September 1st.
Melissa Walters says the floods from that day drenched more than her belongings. She, along with her parents and niece, lost everything that morning. Now they're living in a hotel.
4 of us in one room. Yeah. You only have that much space, and you have your clothes, and I have my clothes in bins, and food that people have given to us, like chips, stuff to snack on.
So the fire crews had to come rescue you guys out of the apartment.
Yeah.
Zulima Gonzalez lived on the 3rd floor. Because of all the damage to the basement level apartments, she and her family now also live at the hotel.
I remember when I wake up at 3:50 in the morning, and I hear like some people, help, help. And when I open the window and I see like a young man, he tried to go to the 2nd floor.
Zulima only lived in the apartments for 3 months. Now she and her husband are trying to decide their next move. Their 6-year-old daughter is hoping to relocate.
She's scared. She don't want to back to the apartment.
Both women say the apartment complex has been in contact with them, but Melissa and her family are nervous to live in another basement level apartment as the fear of rising waters is forever etched in their minds.
We just went through a traumatic event in the basement. Why would I want to go to another basement? My mom said she lost everything. We lost everything in one basement. Why go to another one so it can happen to us again?
Now, we spoke to the manager of the Rock Creek Woods apartments, and he tells us it will be at least another 6 to 8 weeks before those apartments are repaired and neighbors are able to move back in. He also says, though, that neighbors who live in those apartments who don't want to move back in because of what happens, they completely understand that, and they are letting those people out of their lease, and they're helping them even find some housing to go to in the event that they don't want to stay there. So they're working with those people. So that's the good news so far here tonight. But here in Leesburg right now, again, not a whole lot happening. We're not seeing any water rising in the area, and things are pretty normal. But that's the latest from here in Leesburg, Virginia. I'm Megan Rivers. Lorenzo, I'll send things back to you in the studio.
Yeah, you really feel for those people living at the Rock Creek Woods apartments, or who were living there, simply traumatized by all of this and still in need of all of our support. Megan, thank you so much.